What's going on? Where's everybody? Wait, let me prop my I didn't get my drink yet. Waiting for a few of y'all to join me. This lip gloss is so sticky. I wish I would have just put on chapstick, but I did not. So, hey Mira. Hey. What's up, Eritrean hippie? Yes. How y'all doing? What's going on? Hey, Media New Post. Yes, baby. Thank you for posting the links and make sure you post the link in the chat for the merch, Media. Well, I know you're gonna do it anyways, but you know, cause I'm on. Thank you so much, babe. Cause I'm on the regular. I'm on my iPhone, so I can't type anything. You get what I'm saying, or like put anything. So, Media New Post. When you post the link for the merch, I'm gonna see if I could pin it in the chat so that it could stay. Hey, Lynn. Yes, make sure y'all pay the entry fee to my house by hitting the like button. It's free 99. It's free 99. I didn't get my coffee yet. And before everybody start asking, I got the same thing I always get. I did not get, okay, let me see if I can pin it. Okay, I was able to pin it. Thanks, boo. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm getting the same thing that I always get because I know y'all gonna be like, oh, did you get the apple crisp, apple cinnamon? No, I did not. Not now. I did not get the pumpkin spice. I did not. I did not. I knew y'all was gonna come up here and ask me that. You have a question. How would you deal with mimicry? I have this cousin that follows everything I do. She even married a guy that talked to me first. I rejected him. No, she copies my decisions. I've dealt with that a lot. To this day, I deal with that. And I've just had to accept the fact that I am an influencer. I am the blueprint. I am a master creator. I actually set the trends. No, like literally when I look into like my birth chart and I look into my human design and I look into, you know, what my in numerology, like what my number is, you know what I mean? And all of those things point to the fact that suns are literally just here to set the tone, to set the trends, to create the wave. But the direct, constant competing, I don't really like that shit because now I feel like you're in competition with me and then it could become fatal. Like we've all seen like single white female when a friend was so obsessed that she copied every single thing she did. Or like, you know, when people be so obsessed with you, eventually they want to cause you harm. You know what I mean? Like it could turn into something fatal or dangerous. Let me see if my coffee is up here. I feel like I look like Tiana Taylor in the 2010s. Like I'm dressed like how she used to be dressed. Can I have a straw too? I didn't know if you were saying 1 second to me. I was so confused. Thank you. Yeah, so, you know, people be so obsessive. So I had this friend, right? This homegirl. I think I told y'all about her before. Wait, let me take my fanny. Hold on, y'all. So I don't have to hold this shit up the whole goddamn time. Let me see. Hopefully we could do this. All right, we got it. So, yeah, I had this friend, right? And she, okay, so I had a friend group when I was like a teenager or whatever. And so everybody was lighter than me. And then I had one that was a little darker than me, right? And the one that was darker than me, like we both had gaps in our teeth at the time, so she, I guess, identified with me a little more or related to me a little more out of our other friends in the friend group. And she would tell people that she was my sister, you know, like she wanted to do every single thing like me. Like I had won this pageant when I was like 17. And it was a Miss Brooklyn pageant. It was like a local pageant, you know, like just in the neighborhood, nothing national or anything like that. And she started calling herself Miss Brooklyn after I won that pageant, right? Everything I used to buy, like we would go shopping, she would buy exactly the same thing I picked up, literally in the same color. And I used to be like, yo, like, bitch, why you putting the same color? Like, at least you could get a different color variation. Everything I did, she wanted to do. And she wanted to sleep with guys that I slept with too. Like, there was this one guy. she was so mad that he tried to talk to me as opposed to her when we met him together at the same time. And she resented me so much for it. And he was, I was always a little gold digging ass. So he had bread, like he would take me out, we would do fancy things, and we were teenagers, you know what I mean? Like 18, 19. So she wanted to do he was like a scammer, we from Brooklyn, whatever. So she was like, oh, please give me his number. I really need to get this money. Like it was for school or something she had going on. So I gave her his number and she slept with him. And he told me, she never mentioned it, never said nothing. And she was supposed to give me a cut off of what they made. She never gave me no money, nothing. And she cried like a baby, like, oh, I didn't want to tell you that. I don't know how to tell you that. I didn't mean to do it, blah, blah, blah. And he told me it wasn't just that we slept together. She talked about you the whole time. She even asked how I was in comparison to her sexually. She even asked, why did you choose her over me? Like, it was just crazy. And that was the beginning of me having semi-trust issues with women, but I didn't let it make me bitter. I didn't let it make me feel like, oh, I'm never gonna have women. I hate women. No, because I feel like, certain people go through things, hurt people. She was not the most secure. Her self-esteem wasn't where it needed to be, and we were super young. But even as we got older, I would stop talking to her for years. And then I became friends with her again, once again, copying everything I wore, asking me what I was wearing when we was going out, wanting to share men. Like, girl, I don't need to share men. Like, do it look like I need to fucking share a man with you? Why would I do, what do I get out of that? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Always wanted to use me for my energy, always invited me out because I'm attractive, and she would say, you always get the big fish, but she secretly resented me for that. So she used me for my energy, but also resented me for my energy. And just initially, we had a fight one time in Atlantic City. It was just a lot. Well, we didn't have a fight. I had to punch her in the face. It was just a lot that happened. So now we don't really talk anymore. She recently just started following me on Instagram. Ironic, right? And her account is private. I requested it because I wanted to see, bitch, you being nosy over here looking at what I'm doing, looking at my stories. She never accepted my request, so whatever. Sometimes people like that, they're jealous of you. They love you. A lot of the things, what I've experienced a lot from women is that they love me so much that they start to hate me. Love and hate lives on the same spectrum. Like, a woman will love you so much. Men too. Men love me so much too that they've hated me. Like, I've experienced this. And it's unfortunate, but you don't keep those type of people around you for too long. Like, once you see the red flags, you gotta get out of Dodge. My problem is I have this creature of habit type of nature. I don't really open up to people that much. Even with men, I've had this issue. Like, I don't connect with people that much. It takes a long time to get to know me. You know what I mean? Like, I have to fill you out. Like, I have to, so for me to let you through doors, you know what I mean? Let you climb the ladder and the stairs to getting closer to me. It's hard to just close the fucking door as soon as you do something. I might stop talking to you for a few months or even a couple years, but I always go back. And that's something that I struggle with and that I'm working on. I have too much of a forgiving spirit, so to speak. I make people pay, I make, not pay, but I make you will miss my absence because I will fucking disappear and not talk to you for a long time. But for whatever reason, I always allow people to come back, especially women, because I have a soft spot for women. I'm a woman. And I know we go through so much shit that a lot of the things that we act out and how we carry on is because of trauma. It don't always be because of the person. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always about you when somebody's doing something bad to you. It's about them. They have a lot of wounds that's unhealed. They have security and self-esteem issues. They're not confident. It's a lot that plays into that. Like, I have another friend that talks like me, word for word, bar for bar. Like, we be around people and they be like, yo, y'all sound just alike. And I'm like, this bitch sound like me. And then it makes you feel awkward. Like, I can't even be myself because now you've already imprinted on these people that this is your personality. So when they meet me or when they see me, because I'm in and out, I don't be around people that much, not nearly as I used to. It's looking like I'm kind of acting like you or dressing like you. But bitch, that's me, word for word, bar for bar. So I've also struggled with that, and it's like, damn, when people adopt your personality, they dress like you, they do things like you, it kind of makes you feel like you can't even be you anymore. And I feel like, honestly, a good example of that is Nicki Minaj. All of the biddies came in, even though Nicki Minaj was heavily inspired by Lil' Kim, Nicki Minaj did something so different. She literally found a niche. She was different. We got to give it to her. She invented style. She was a trendsetter. But all of the young biddies came up and took her style, and it kind of seemed like she didn't even want to do that shit no more because everybody else was doing it. So it didn't even seem as original. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? That's why I don't really like to watch other people's content that much. I don't like to, like, I have my faves that I don't care. Like, you know, we all have the same ideology. You know, we all think the same to a degree, but I really try to, like, refrain because I don't want to start acting like a person or talking like a person, or if I have the same viewpoint that another person has, another content creator, and I see them say it first or do it first, then it kind of makes me feel like I can't do that now because it's going to look like I'm biting off of them. When in reality, nothing is really original. It's just how you put your own spin on it. Y'all get what I'm saying? So like out here, like even Cynthia G, I fucking love her down. Like I'll hear her give comments every night and I'll be like, that's some shit I would have said, or that's some shit I would have thought. The old me would have been like, okay, now I can't even talk about this, or now I can't say this because people are gonna think I'm trying to be like her. The new me is like, fuck this shit. Because I watch my own self say things, and then I look at content creators that are bigger, that I aspire to, you know, get to their level, and I hear them saying things similar to me. That doesn't mean they copied off of me. Nothing is fucking new under the sun. Everybody's gonna package it differently. Everybody's gonna put their own spin on it. Now the problem is when people literally copy you word for word, bar for bar. Mannerisms. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all know I'm the catchphrase queen, so you hear people saying my goddamn catchphrases. And that's not, and we also have to learn how to separate, you know, we gotta be okay with people being inspired by us. So you gotta separate the fact that people are inspired by you versus single white female or single black female in our case. And it's okay for people to be inspired by you. And that's something that I had to work on. Because, you know, coming up, I was always outcast. I was ostracized because I was always different. Like, everything that y'all see today, I show y'all see pictures of me from fucking 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and it looks like what these bitches is doing today. I didn't have the greatest time stepping outside the box, being a premiere girl. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't the easiest. Like, I took a lot of flack just to be myself. So when people would like copy off me, I used to be like, oh, people copying. But now it's like, bitch, no, you're an influencer. People are supposed to copy you. So you gotta just, you know, separate it. We influencing the motherfucking masses. People supposed to do their hair like yours. When you a fucking superstar, people supposed to want to dress like you. They supposed to want to say the things that you say. They supposed to want to eat what you eating. Like, that's the name of this game. But once again, you know, when people close to you, when they doing that shit word for word, bar for bar, you got to differentiate, and you got to, you know, place things in the category that they need to be in. Sometimes people will say something before you do. It's perfectly normal. As long as your intentions are good, it'll work out in the end. That's true. That's because if you're lying, you're flying. Happy Saturday, Chef Bing. Love Jones, stay beautiful. It's been my experience, but I learned to put my energy into me. Accepting them back led to more daggers, wasted times, and hurt and a hurting heart. Protect. You're right. Just being yourself. People see that it shines. That's why they jealous. It's true, lovely. The lovely goddess. And the thing is, you know, being yourself is the hardest fucking thing to do. I know people don't talk about that enough. Being you, authentically you, it's really it's a lonely road. You get a lot of pushback because people are more comfortable when you are following the fucking herd. When you're a part of the herd, when you're sheeple, it's an easier pill to swallow. Who the fuck are you to show up with red hair or green or whatever and everybody else got on black? It's like, bitch, who are you? Why you feel like you could step out and do all of these things? You know? People don't like that because it reminds them of the fact that they're not bold. It reminds them of the fact that they have all of these things that they have bottled up inside of them that they wish they could express, that they wish they had the courage to step out there and do. I grew up constantly being fucking criticized. Like, I mean, like, y'all, it was hard. Like, I feel like I went through a lot of hazing from the women in my family. I did. And a lot of us experience that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not just melanin rich women. Women in general experience this fucking crazy form of hazing when they're growing up, especially when you are shiny. When you have something that everybody else ain't got, oh, it's gonna be hard. it's going to be fucking hard, bitch. Prepare to fucking fight through, prepare for the gauntlet. That's how I know. When I have a child, if I have a child, a daughter, oh my God, she's going to fucking